Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. So we are going to talk about Russia, and they're making China stand alone in their cryptocurrency ban because Russia, the original home of the Red Army and the motherland, will not actually ban cryptocurrency. This is said by their deputy finance minister. So China is going to be the only major country that's going to ban cryptocurrency. North Korea may, but I mean, their government's going to hack cryptocurrency to make money for their nuclear weapons program. But their citizens might be banned from trading cryptocurrency. But since their citizens are essentially banned from everything in North Korea, I suppose it doesn't really matter. And they're not a relevant country, anyways, unless you ask Kim Jong Un. Then they're the most powerful country in the world. But either way, Russia is not going to enforce any kind of cryptocurrency ban. You can't use cryptos for business transactions in Russia, although there are some ways around that legally. But Russian citizens will actually be able to trade and buy cryptocurrencies in Russia, which I think for the most part that's perfectly fine because most people buy cryptocurrencies as kind of an investment anyways. They don't really I don't think in Russia a lot of them use it to actually pay for stuff. I think for the most part they will actually buy them and hold them and trade them as a means as like a marketplace and a means to make money, much like they do in the United States. I have known very, very few Americans that actually spend Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency anywhere. Everyone just buys it and holds for investment. That's why I don't make too much of a big deal about the SEC saying everything besides Bitcoin's security. Because essentially it does kind of fit generally because I know you guys don't like hearing this, but the way that everyone treats it, it is an investment, and that investment is pretty much dependent on whatever the company actually does with the cryptocurrency. So I don't really take too much of a side on it. I hope it comes out well for crypto overall, but I don't really speak too much on it because the way we actually talk about it in the stream, the way we talk about it in every single live stream of crypto I've ever been in, people do treat it as an investment. But so Russians will actually be able to treat it as somewhat of an investment. They can't use it as actually currency. So in Russia, it will be traded much like the stock market. Now, that's a big, big upgrade over China. And I think China's policy eventually is going to come back and kick them in the ass because being the only country locked out of this new financial system, and eventually I do think cryptocurrency is going to be used as currency, especially in third world countries El Salvador, Venezuela, and now Switzerland is considering to make it one of their Federal Reserve currencies. Now, making it their Federal Reserve currency doesn't mean they're going to obsolete the Swiss franc. The Swiss franc is still going to be there. They're just going to make it part of their Federal Reserve currency if the vote actually passes. And I think other countries will follow suit. The IMF doesn't like it because the IMF thinks this is moving way too fast for them and they can't control it. But no one really cares what the IMF says, at least not in the investing community. And if the smaller countries or the developing world nations eventually start using it. And if Brazil actually adopts it as legal tender, you can see bigger and more important countries follow along as well because they want to be included. Now, China has some time to reverse their stance. I think they have several years before this really takes effect. And if Xi Jinping is smart, he will actually reverse his decision. But based on what I've seen, he's probably kind of stubborn. And he's not really that smart, so he might continue to ban cryptocurrency, and that would actually put China out of the overall market of cryptocurrency. So Russia has decided not to join China in the ban, and they're going to be the only major country to ban cryptocurrency. And I do think even though they're pushing blockchain technology and they'll be ahead in the blockchain race because the US doesn't really know still what they're actually trying to do in the blockchain race, they will be behind on the cryptocurrency economics front. And in 10, 15 years, I think that's really, really going to hurt them because they're going to be they're going to look at it and say we had a chance to retain the miners and be the dominant player in the cryptocurrency market, but instead we chose to ban it and now we're kind of screwed. So there might be some flip-flopping with the leadership then if she's still alive. Because that would be a major, major poor decision on his part, and people are going to target him for it. But for right now, they're really trying to push their CBDC. They really want to basically get rid of Bitcoin from their country because they don't want it to challenge their CBDC for transactional purposes. And I'm betting they're hoping that other countries like Russia would actually do the same. But their plans have been foiled because neither the United States, the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, or anyone else has really banned cryptocurrency. So them standing alone makes it a lot harder for them, especially as they see smaller countries starting to adopt crypto as legal tender and countries like Switzerland thinking about making cryptocurrency part of their Federal Reserve. So they must not be liking what they're seeing, but they are powerless to stop it. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.